Well, we still have bad and bad but silly. So let's just go bad for the middle. We can end on
Okay.
silly. This was sent to me by my anonymous source. Tiny African country asked Trump for $500 million to detain migrants.
Okay.
A small African nation is currently imprisoning 5 immigrants that were not deported from the United States but rendered from the United States. Reportedly asked the Trump administration for $500 million to detain them.
What?
The documents that they got also show that Eswatini was open to detaining 150 people from other nations for more than $10 million from the United States, the newspaper reported. But they were not warned that they were getting these people. They were blindsided by the Trump's administration's plan to send a group of men with criminal convictions to their country. They'd only learned about the flights from social media. So there were no diplomatic discussions. This didn't go through proper channels. They just saw
kind of
on
happened.
Twitter. They're like, hey, apparently the United States is sending a plane full of criminals to us. And in this case, they actually did try to get actual criminals, although
Yes. In
not
this
really.
case, the fact that we have
Yeah.
that clarification in the first place is a bit sickening.
Yeah, but then also, so one of the guys that they got, Orville Itoria, he was sent to prison for murder. He completed his prison sentence in 2021, and he was, so while he was in prison, a judge revoked his permissions, his immigration permissions, but after he was released, he was allowed to legally live and work in the country on the condition that he complete regular check-in appointments with immigration authorities. While he was in prison, he completed a bachelor's degree. Now that he's out of prison, he has been working on a master's degree. I mean, it's a master's of divinity, so
Not a real degree.
seems like that's one of the, like, first, it's not really a degree. Second, it's like that's very clearly Christians get special treatment in the United States justice system. So if he's like, oh yeah, no, I'm not only am I a Christian, I'm studying to become
I'm
a
an
scholar in Christian.
important Christian.
Yeah, so that to me seems rather cynical. I don't know. I don't actually know this guy. I'm not going to judge him, but the fact that they Homeland Security labeled him and the other men sent to Eswatini as depraved monsters who are so uniquely barbaric that their home countries won't accept them. Problem with that being is that Etoria is from Jamaica. And Jamaica issued a statement and like, no, we never rejected anyone. They didn't tell us that they wanted to send them back. We have not refused the return of any of our nationals. So
Somebody's lying here.
yeah, that's the thing. So the country that they were sent to, Eswatini, they are in, like, they're civically speaking, they're not in a great place right now. There are protests. The people don't trust the government. So like they say that they asked for 500 million. Did they actually? We don't know. It's hard to tell because it's liars talking to liars. They didn't actually claim that they said that. This is from documents that was this the Independent? Okay, documents reviewed by the New York Times. So the New York Times got a hold of documents that said that, and the citizens are pissed about that, saying that it's like a backroom deal where they're making deals with the United States. The United Nations Human Rights Commission is not happy about this either because this country has a history of human rights violations. So yeah, who's lying? I don't know. My money's on all of them.
I mean, when it's liars talking to liars, what are you going to do?
Yeah. I believe Jamaica when they said that we didn't refuse the return of any of our citizens.
Ay, ay, ay. I love this city. I love this country. I love everything about it, except all the things it does, and all the people it hurts, and where the tax money goes, and its infrastructure, and the people who live here. Half of them, because of how they voted. Actually, come to think of it.
America's the greatest. Number one country on earth.
No,
for
no, no.
school
America's
shootings.
not great. No, 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 no. We're supposed to make America great again.
Right.
Very important. Very important distinction.
Very important. Okay. I assume my chat's still talking about Baldur's Gate because I tried to be a murder hobo, but I just couldn't do it.
Oh, and Baldur's Gate? Yeah.
That sounds like a Baldur's Gate type of thing.
It's hard to just be a murder hobo in Baldur's Gate because you get people like telling you that they've had a terrible time and it makes you feel sad, especially when you know that like you killing their kid is why they had a terrible time.
Yeah. Suris pulling a reverse, what have the Romans ever done for us? Probably one of the most painful YouTube videos I ever saw was a real historian reacting to the life of Brian. But like, they kept on just actualing it. It's like, yeah, we know it's a satire. It's a silly movie, but like everything they said, they would take it seriously and be like, well, actually, and that was one of the things. Like, well, the Romans wouldn't have actually done this. They like Judea would have, really had that already, and they didn't really do a whole lot of this sort of thing, and they would have built on what's already there. And it was like, okay. And the aqueduct was one of the things. Is like, yeah, no, the Romans did do that, and the Jews were pissed about it because they used money from the temple treasury for that. That was one of the Pontius Pilate things, where the biblical portrayal of Pilate as this guy who just wanted to make the Jews happy and not threaten him, and like just give in to the peer pressure. Like, oh, they're yelling so loud about how they want to crucify him. That's not the picture of Pilate we get from any other source that talks about him. He is universally depicted as being this kind of ruthless dictator who went out of his way to offend the Jewish sensibilities. So the fact that he would have been like, oh, but they really want me to crucify him, so I guess I better do that, otherwise they'll be mad at me. Like, no, that's not Pilate. If anything, he would have been like, oh, you're mad at me for not crucifying him? Okay,
I guess we'll do it more.
Actually, no, he wouldn't set him free. He would, but that's the thing. Like, he argued with them and he tried to set them free in the Bible, but like actual Pilate would have just been like, "Oh, you accused him of something? Sure, we'll crucify him, whatever." Not out of respect for the Jews, but out of just,
the fact that for him it's just a Tuesday. One man's life hangs in the balance. I don't think you understand. I have a hot tub to get to.
Yeah, exactly. My palace at Caesarea is calling.
Hey, thanks for making it to the end of the video. I really could not do any of this without all of you. Those of you watching, and especially those of you who support me on Patreon. I wanted to go ahead and take a minute to thank all of you who do that, because with YouTube being what it is these days, I really cannot do this full time without the support from each and every one of you. Those people would be Red Joker, Purple Poundini, Jemshin, Britzkrieg, Jupe the Malignant, Michael, Ravalern, Mabbity Babbity, Astral Frontier, Tales of Atonement, Nixie Chan, Kiri Artemis, Limor Pinku, Love Bunny Games, Victorian Alchemist, I'm not saying the last part of that, and you know that, Aurora, Leela Ururaka, Arcton Arclacier, Kiratorian, Dren Hadamata, Jordan M, John L, Lord Bleck, Smiling Game Master, and Fireshard. Thank you so very much. But since you're here, why not go ahead and try watching another one? There should be one that's on the screen right now. And if you are a patron of mine, I wanted to go ahead and thank you again for all of your support. There is still a video you could press though, if you'd like. I would appreciate it. Just a little bit.